I don't think I would have ever imagined my pro career going like this, but if it's going to teach me to get through things, like, I don't think I'd really trade it for anything else. It's really all worth it.
It's hard to get out of that when you just want to have fun riding a motorcycle, because that's what you're used to. Like when you were a little kid, like you said, you would go ride a couple days a week in the hills.
I finally feel now at 36 that I'm an amateur again in my mind.
Because it's fun again.
Because it's fun.
When you get good at it, it becomes to where you can go through the motions and just see how fast you can hit certain sections. Mm-hmm. Yesterday was actually like probably the first time I could just shut my brain off and just do laps and just like flow without worrying about a section, and that's when Supercross gets really fun.
Yeah, I feel like you finally found like your groove, like what's working for you.
Stay authentic, post what you want to post, forget about it, don't read the comments, ride your bike.
100%.
Stuff fools.
100%.
Pod done later, guys.
Hey, pod's done. Mic drop. Mic drop. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Degidio, and we're back with another episode of the Jaxxon Sports Podcast. I'm sitting here with the greatest co-host of all time, just an extraordinaire, someone who could fly through the air and know he's not Michael Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Twitch Stenberg.
Yes, the grandfather.
Come on, man. Put some respect on his name.
Excellent.
Put some respect on his name. Damn it. And we're sitting here with an icon. Could be known for the Costco gag, could be known for being in part of Grind, maybe Grind Part 2, I don't know. One of the greatest skate movies of all time. But ladies and gentlemen, Ryder Sheckler! Highest paid athlete of all time in the history of Red Bull. Put some respect on that name. Put some respect on that name. And just signed with Zero Skateboards.
Yeah!
Come on, man.
Let's go!
Come on. I love the video part, by the way.
Loco, bro.
Yeah. We love it.
Can't do it without Loco.
Yeah, we love
It's
it.
a love-hate. We love Loco, but we hate Bear.
Yeah, it's like if Loco could just get on a diet, we'd love him more, but we love him no matter what.
No, there's more of him to love being thick.
Oh, look at that, Loco. More cushion for the pushing is what they say,
Can
Loco.
we show his face this time?
No face, no case.
No case.
All right, and then, ladies and gentlemen, the special guest, Mr. Rockstar himself. I heard on the web in some sort of forum on a chat that you are the highest paid athlete for Rockstar Energy Drink, Ryder DiFrancesco!
Yeah!
Come on, man. All he does is get checks. He gets checks. He breaks necks. Get some, baby. How's it feel?
It feels great.
Come on, man. How's it feel, man? Come on. You got a whoop on and everything. What's that telling you about your life? You winning?
Not much. Yeah, I'm winning.
Okay, good.
I'm
That's
winning.
what we want to see, dude. It's been a while since we had you on the pod.
Yeah.
Bakersfield legend over here.
We
dude.
are off to a great start.
Come
This is going to be
on,
epic.
Ryder, show some energy, damn
You on the
it.
spot.
He does,
put you on the
right?
spot.
He's good at that.
Yeah, he's
Kern
great
River
at it.
All-Star, Bakersfield top team. I mean, dude, you're an icon. You're a Southern California prodigy.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
Twitch has been out to Bakersfield. He can tell you how it is.
I love Bakersfield. Bakersfield's sick. Like the riding areas of Bakersfield is cool. Everything else is shit.
Oh,
I used to compete out in Bakersfield. They had a Vans indoor skate park at this one little like I don't know. It was just like a hangout zone out there. It was the only thing that was there. It was a pizza shop and an arcade, and then the Vans skate park. And we would go.
You know where that is?
And we would hang out there, and then we would compete, and then we would come home, and that was my Bakersfield life for like 6 to 12. I would go out there multiple times, but I can imagine the riding was sick though.
I feel like growing up out in Bakersfield with having that area to ride with how big it was and how many different terrains, like it probably made you a way better rider.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these videos that like Monster would come out there at least once or twice a year and be like, dude, this place looks epic. And yeah, it was just somewhere for us to ride. If the track wasn't open, we'd go out, hit jumps and shovel and do whatever as 12-year-old kids. That it was basically a huge playground.
Yeah.
We'd get out of school and let's go hit the hills.
It's so rad.
last time you were here, obviously you're a good friend of the Jaxxon brand. You trained with Joe Cancelleri. My dad absolutely loves you. My family thinks you're amazing. You got great energy every time you're here. You talk more a lot off camera, especially about certain riders. But last time you were here, you had this like,
Such
I don't know.
such a fucking dick.
You had this like mental, maybe mental block or mental thing going on where you just felt like you were kind of over it and your attitude was kind of like, I don't know if this is for you, even though we know how good you are, even though you know how good you are. And it seems like this year you've been able to kind of push through that. Can you kind of walk us through that, especially for the people who follow racing and follow Supercross? I mean, you're off to an amazing start.
Yeah, I think at the end of 2024, it was, you get to a point where I guess things aren't really going your way, and whatever you do, really nothing changes, and you get to a point of like, what do I do now? And I ended up changing programs on and off the bike, moving back to Joe Cancelleri and then moving to Davey Millsaps, which I think has been my biggest help so far. But still, like the beginning of 2025, my training partner was Juju, which I think you guys have had on the show. Dude, he would lap me at the test track.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I made this big change on and off the bike, and it's still not working. Like I just feel like I'm in this hole, and I feel like you can get really over it and it can get to your head. But once we went racing in the beginning of 2025, I surprised myself with the results I got, and then I ended up getting hurt, and I kind of fell back into that rut of like, dude, I just feel like I'm doing it all wrong, and ended up suffering 3 outdoors and getting through it. But I feel like if I could start this off season where I ended off before I got hurt last year, like it shouldn't be a problem for me to go forward. So yeah, I think me looking back and coming from amateur career and looking forward, I don't think I would have ever imagined my pro career going like this. But if it's going to teach me things through life and to get through things, like I don't think I'd really trade it for anything else. And,
For sure.
And now that it's actually coming around and I'm getting better and putting myself where I should be, it's really all worth it.
You see it a lot in moto. Like you guys work your ass off day in and day out. Like you're always thinking how you can be better. Like it's got to get stressful, especially like when you say like, I changed up my whole program, like things have got to change. I'm going to be better. And then you go out and then you get hurt. You're like, fuck, I'm back to square one again. Like you just have that mindset. And I feel like it's so hard to get through. But this year for sure, and the end of last year, I've seen like a huge change in like your personality. Like you put on a bunch of muscle, like you look so much better on the bike. And I feel like you finally found like your groove, like what's working for you.
Yeah. And I felt like I always kind of got stuck into my amateur ways. Like I had a winning way. And, but I think when you turn professional, you got to find a different way that works for you. And creating this new path for me, like I have now, brings back the success that I had when I was an amateur, but I got to do something different day in and day out to get that success that I want. And that was something hard for me to find.
What did you change up the most that you feel like made the biggest change for you this year?
Well, the amateur success for me came easy. And I could take it serious 2 or 3 days out of the week, and the other days go jumps in the hills and maybe not dedicate every day to what I was doing. But now it's sun up to sundown, 7 days a week, and I got to be all in to be where I'm at right now.
It's hard because I see it with guys like you, a few guys where it's like you grew up playwriting to have fun, and like now, like you said, like 7 days a week, that's all you think about. It's like when it becomes a job and gets stressful, and like you have pressure from the team and your trainer, and everyone's like, dude, like I see what you do during the week, like we need to see you do it on the weekend. It's like it's hard to get out of that when you just want to have fun riding a motorcycle, because that's what you're used to. Like when you were a little kid, like you said, you would go ride a couple days a week in the hills, go practice, go train, go win a race. You're stoked to go back out to the hills. And it's like nowadays, like you see teams like, hey, like track only. Like I see where they're coming from because they're paying you guys good money and this is your job. But it's like you still got to keep your job fun or you lose interest in it.
Well, there's a human being aspect too. Like if you lose the actual like the joy of why you're riding, it becomes a job. Like you were saying, you know, like amateur, I get it. Amateur is like, yeah, cool, win. No problem. All of a sudden the contracts get bigger. The obligations get more. And then you
pressure.
have to do everything. You're like, man, I just want to like chill. We talked about it in the last podcast we were in. I finally feel now at 36 that I'm an amateur again in my mind.
Because it's fun again.
Because it's fun. It's super fun.
Yep.
The obligations are still there, but I just like don't have anything to prove, you know?
And I feel like that's like the best point, but it's like, well, like when you're in your shoes right now, it's like you're still proving yourself. Even though you proved yourself your whole amateur career, it's like a lot of people are like, oh, well, that doesn't count. It actually counts when you turn pro. But dude, this year you're ripping. Like you look so much better on the bike. It looks like you're having fun again.
Yeah, and it's bringing me back to the success, like I said, with the amateur stuff. And dude, it feels great. Like when you
That feeling, right?
the
Of like,
feeling of like
That's it.
feeling
I like
accomplished.
that.
And
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's hard to explain to somebody. I don't know. It's something that you only feel.
yeah, when you work your ass off that hard and then like you go to the race weekend and you're like, finally, like it's paying off. Like that feeling is like, I get chills thinking about it. Cause
But
like,
then that's where the fun comes back in. Like you can have fun on social media. You could you could have fun just outside of life or outside of racing. But when I feel like you're in this hole, like we're such based around results with our racing, like your social media, you don't post. You're kind of scared to
cause then people are just going to
share
be
those
talking
results,
crap.
and then you're scared of the comments, you're scared of the backlash, and you're scared of what's like, hey, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So then you get to a point where you just shut down.
Yeah.
And then going to the track's not even fun. So
Don't read the comments. Post and
Sheckler's
That's a
forget.
big,
Sheckler's been
Sheckler's
big
a
on
big
that.
one on that, dude.
Bro, post and forget. Post, move on. Post, move on.
Yep.
Don't look at that.
Shex, I think real quick before we jump on to the next subject, you've had some issues in the past too where I feel like you were like over it in a way. You were mentally
100%.
done with it. And then you kind of
100%.
battle through it and then you come out with these insane parts. Twitch, you talked about like you still ride because you love it. No one's going to tell you what to do. Like even as a brand, as Jaxxon or Santos Studio, we don't pay you so you go make videos. Like we pay you just to be a part of the brand and to help us build, but you go make your own videos, you go make your own content, you do whatever the hell it is you want to do. And then you say, guys, this is what I find enjoyment in.
Right.
How is it that you get through the mental block as a professional athlete, even like in skating?
Well, comes back down to the passion. Do I really, really care about what I'm doing? Is this something that I cannot live without? And those questions I could never ask myself, unfortunately, until I was hurt. And then once I got hurt, went through a surgery, was in recovery, is when I realized every single time, like, I cannot live without skateboarding. I have to figure out a way to make this very enjoyable again. And then it was just having very open conversations with my sponsors of, hey, I'm going to do everything that you guys want me to do, but I need to space it out. I need to be more intentional about my time and my effort that I'm putting into things. So instead of a 10-day trip that there's 4 days that are kind of goofing around, I'm just going to come on the 6-day trip so that I can come in, get to work, go back home. If it was a contest, I would go specifically train just for that contest. But I started making it fun again. I gave myself the opportunity to go street skate, to go have fun. Even if I had a contest coming up, it didn't matter. I knew how I worked, and so I didn't have to be on my board every single day because I didn't want to be sore when the contest came. And if I needed to throw down a big trick that I hadn't even practiced, like my brain's already sharp enough to know that like I got that. But if I would have overdone it the week before, I don't know if I would have been able to do that. So I think it just comes down to time management, and then realistically, it's the passion. Like, do I love skateboarding, and do I need it every single day of my life? And the answer has always been yes. Sometimes I didn't think so, but that's only because of obligations and things. And you know, when the success becomes the burden, it's an interesting thing. But
What about like Twitch? What about dealing with athletes and riders and skaters and like Ryder, especially for you, dealing with the controversy of, like you said, dealing with people who are trying to press you maybe for clout or content, and then you actually have to go right at them. And this is a physical sport, right? And you get into confrontations on the track that you have to kind of muscle your way through physically and literally with your mind and your body. Like how does that play into how you look at the year, especially with some of the past experiences you've had?
yeah, I mean, I feel like you got to manage it well, and the more time I'm racing professional and just the more experience I get, I'm obviously still learning too. But I feel like I've done a very good job not giving it too much attention, where I can kind of just block it out and not really think about it and just put my head down. And when that gate drops, I feel everything really shuts off, and that's when you can get away from everything. But yeah, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at not giving it really a time of day, and it almost hurts the person when you don't give it, like the person that's trying to get clout out of it or trying to get attention out of it, when you don't really give it your time, it almost hurts them worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get more pissed off. You're like, why aren't they responding?
Why aren't they responding?
That's
why
what
aren't they?
Twitch is big on.
Yeah, why
Like,
aren't they giving a response? Well,
But I'm the first one to jump on there and be like, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do both. It just
you
depends.
clap back at people, but I've seen you give everybody who comes in here the best advice on how to dealing with the controversy on the bike, off the bike, on social media. Sheckler always gives amazing advice. Like, we see guys that are trying to bully their way through races. We see guys that are trying to make a name for themselves. We see guys who are, you know, in my opinion, just making a lot of good Instagrammable moments, kind of, you know, but I don't know how tough they are off a bike. I don't know how exciting they are off a bike, but I do know that the show definitely sells tickets. So, like, for example, when
but for how long, dude? It's such
yeah.
a gimmick. You know, it's such a gimmick to be the bully online. It's such a gimmick to be like that that goofball that's like trying to get everybody so hot and just peppering everybody. Like, that is hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
What's not hard to
Takes
keep
Turns
up
into a
with?
full-time
takes
job.
a lot of energy.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
not hard to keep up with? Being authentic. Posting things that your fan base wants to see. What do you need to go get a huge fan base for if you already have a solid one that backs what you're doing and is buying your products? Cater to that. You know, you don't need to have this like immediate Instagram fame where that becomes a job of this second identity. It's a mask. It's like you're a writer and then you're this guy trying to like keep up with the Joneses on the internet, man. Like, no way, bro. Stay authentic. Post what you want to post. Forget about it. Don't read the comments. Ride your bike.
100%.
Stuff fools.
100%.
Pod done. Later, guys.
Hey, pod's done. Mic drop. Mic drop. Hey, but it's good. It's good to have people that you can count on. I do.
For sure.
I do love the fact that Twitch and Sheckler are so vocal, especially with the younger guys. For example, Jen Hunter that are always here. Twitch is always giving them off camera a bunch of good advice on how to deal with things. Twitch has seen multiple eras of social media and marketing and branding in the world of moto. Sheckler's been doing it since he was 10. I mean, it is cool to see you guys be able to give the advice and let guys like this know, like, it's okay. I mean, Ryder, you still are in not even the prime of your career. You haven't even got there.
Not even
You have
close.
so much
It's on
more to
its
give.
way, dude.
Yeah. I mean, talk
Yeah,
to me.
how old are you?
20.
Oh my God.
He's not even old enough to drink.
Bro.
Right? It's got to feel at some points like there's so much pressure on you because of how big of a name you had at such a young age. Sheckler can relate to this.
I get what he's talking about
Like,
now about
you're like
amateur
a
to pro
prodigy.
at 20. I get it.
You were like a
I get it.
prodigy and you're still in the height of your career. Like, you're on your way there. But does the pressure even now at this moment with how good of a season you're having feel like it's ever too much now? Or do you feel like you are able to control it better?
I feel like I'm getting there. Like, I mean, obviously I'm learning still and trying to understand the pressure of it, but I feel like there was more pressure on me coming from amateur into pro, and now that I've had these couple years of struggle and I feel like it's made it a little bit better for me now to where I can go out there and just perform and prove everybody wrong, because everyone was giving these big question marks on my name of like, is he ever going to pull out of this, you know, and get back to where he was in amateurs, and I'm starting to now, and I feel like for me now in this year, it's me to prove everybody wrong and to me get back on that top step, and yeah,
Gives
get
you
back
an
to where I
amazing
know
edge.
how-
Yeah, but I feel the edge
it almost
coming
takes
out
the
of you.
pressure off of me too.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just to go out there and
Man.
be like, fuck everyone, I'm proving you wrong. And
Dude, it's showing in your
some.
it's honestly showing in your riding this year big time. It's like you don't wait for like the perfect pass to be ready. It's like you're taking the pass now because it's like, you know, you should be in front of the dude that's in front of you.
Yeah.
Like when you work your ass out that hard, and dude, it's not easy going from a fucking dope amateur career straight in the pro where everyone's expecting you to win right off the bat. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of pressure on you.
And I fully came in and thought round one of Supercross I would have won. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what everyone else had on like on my name, and I think that pressure got to me right away, and that may be why those 2 years got hard on me. But I wouldn't change the last 2 years for the success I'm gonna have now.
No, because that's building you to what you are now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's cool to see you getting more aggressive. And like, when I see you pass someone, it's like, yeah, he should be passing this dude. And it's like, you know, in your head, you should be passing that dude too now. So it's cool to see. You look like a totally different dude on the bike this year, like size-wise. Like, how was it going from the gas to the Husky? Even though everyone says they're really similar bikes, did you see a big difference at all?
Well, they're all under KTM. They're all under an Austria crew, which everyone's like, they're not very different. But I jumped on this bike and it felt like a completely new bike. It's a lot skinnier. the controls are different. Like when you sit in the cockpit, like when you sit on something, it feels right. Where the gas kind of always felt awkward, no matter what bars I ran, what controls I ran.
That's a big thing, dude.
So then you're always like kind of fighting something. To where this one, like, dude, right away, it just felt nice to sit on, and it's been like the whole crew that we have now is one of the best teams
when you gel with the
ever been
team,
on.
I feel like it makes your job so much better and funner because like you can tell them like, hey, I don't like this. They're like, oh, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like that's the best part is like having a solid team behind you with dudes that you can actually tell the truth about what the bike actually feels like, and then not get butthurt.
Yeah, and they're not like some teams. I feel like when hey, the bike's not running right. Well, they're like, no, like
It's you.
Yeah. Where now it's like, all
gotta
right,
suck
we'll
to
go and we'll fix it.
Let's try, yeah. Let's get you
which is
comfortable
great.
on our bike so you can win races.
Let's pause on that moment for a second because that's a big thing that we hear in every podcast with people, their team, their mechanics, kind of like the bike issues. A lot of issues with Jorge Prado last year. Like, how much is it you versus the bike? How much is it mentally you versus the bike? How much is it, the shock? Like, what is it when someone says that? Like, oh, it's not the bike, it's you.
I don't know. I don't really know, honestly. Like
to
I
me,
feel
it would
to
be
a
more of
s-
like a fuck you. Like I know what feeling I
Yeah,
want on a
it's-
bike. I'm
it-
trying to tell you that. Like, don't you want me to relay that to you so you can make the bike better for me?
Man, that's
so
why I
feel
love
comfortable?
skateboarding, bro. I put it together.
Yeah, it's you know what you like.
It's mine.
Well, I saw
Yeah.
I saw
Well, I
a
feel like
clip
you have
with
a certain confidence in yourself, and you have a way that you want the bike to be set up, and a way that you ride. Or when the bike's not set up, you can't ride the way you want to.
yeah.
So then you're telling the team that, and then it gets so like political, and
I feel like that's what's cool about having Ramsey. Ramsey's your guys' team manager, right? So it's like he's been there, he's done everything, he's ridden every bike. So it's like I feel like when a rider like him is in the position he is, it helps out so much more for the whole team as like a overall,
it does. Yeah, and I had success obviously at A1, but then the Tuesday after A1, like I felt like we can be better. Where we didn't pause and like go to a standstill. Like we wanted to be better for the next race, and then after San Diego, we tested again to be better. A2, like it every week we're testing to be better, even though we're having these little wins and success. We're pushing obviously to win, so it's good to see the effort from a team.
I think
it's rad.
I'm trying to pull up this clip right here, but I saw Ricky Carmichael doing an interview about why he felt he was so good as well. And one of the main reasons was like he had no mechanic at the house for years. It was like his dad would get off work, come home, work on his bike. He would have to like kind of just ride. His mom was there. And then he would like work on the bike himself throughout the day.
Figure it
and he
out.
felt like he was able to figure it out, and I don't understand, obviously, because I'm not a racer at your level, but even just riding
At any
this thing-
level.
I was going to say, at your level?
no, at your
What
level.
are we talking about?
No. Let's not get carried away, boys. I ride around the block very fast with Jet, and I've been practicing. And I'm at a point now after my Arcatia experience that I think I give anybody a run for their money in the juniors. But what I do want to explain to you is that there's so many moving pieces on that thing. It's not as simple as I think most people would say. I mean, a lot of people who look at it and just go, "Oh, it's just a bike." Dude, go sit. I can't even get on it without a little stand. It's so goddamn tall. And I'm about what, 5'11". So like I can't imagine a guy like yourself. Don't laugh. Can't imagine a guy like yourself having to get on that thing, figure it out, test. You're testing during the week. Even for people that watch us in the Jaxxon podcast Discord, it's a lot of MMA fans. And they're like, what are you testing all week? That's like the biggest question we actually get in the podcast Discord.
Really?
Wayne, how many times a week we get that question? Every day. They go, what are these guys actually testing during the week? Because Hunter and Jet always talk about testing. And they're on the Behind the Brand show, which is our show on our other Jaxxon YouTube that just talks about everything going on here at the brand. You want to walk us through what you guys are actually testing throughout the week and what the week looks like going into a race?
So our big thing is fork and shock, which is our suspension. That would be our main. If we are going to struggle on the weekend, that's what we're going to talk about on Monday, suspension. But if we can get the suspension dialed and maybe there's something else that we want to tweak with, we can go from different axles. We can go to
Motor mounts,
motor
linkages,
mounts. We can go to
bars.
triple clamps, bars. Like
And how
some
time
bars.
consuming is that? Is that a full like moto, a couple laps, and then you have to come back, change it? Like how time consuming is that process during the week?
It can. I mean, it's a 9 to 5, and
Yeah.
it's 1 or 2 laps at a time.
Jesus.
And they could do a huge change. You go out there and do maybe a half lap and be like, no, this is not it.
Yeah.
And then you have to go back and redo it.
They'll have like 4 different sets of suspension.
So, like-
you can change so much stuff.
It's
on
a
a bike.
process.
Your main
it's
thing,
crazy.
Your main thing is your suspension. But like you said, like I can test some bars that give you like less feel or more feel or like different grips. Like it's just, dude, it can go from literally anything on that bike.
Once you find your combo, though, you stick with it.
And you move something a millimeter, and it can change the whole bike.
What about the kind of like the laws of racing? I feel like for the people who just watch the podcast and are new to this, and we get a lot of people who come over from the MMA show, Twitch has been doing an amazing job co-hosting this thing with me, and I love the world of moto now. We have Tyler Bierman, Sheckler steps in. But for people who don't understand, they think it's like full, like you can just land on anybody you want. Like I'm looking at this video right now of someone landing on you in Vegas, it looks like. Where is that? Yeah. So like what are the rules? What are the laws of the game? These are like unspoken rules in moto? Like you're not supposed to cross jump, you're not supposed to just land on someone's head, like, or is this just it's part of racing?
It's more of a respect thing.
Yeah.
I think once it gets dangerous, then the AMA steps in. But it's more of a respect thing, and a lot of guys don't really have that, and also like awareness of where you're at. And I feel like I'm always pretty good at knowing or just having respect for other riders and not trying to get yourself or someone else hurt, where maybe this guy who landed on me doesn't have much respect for anybody. But
yeah, it's like the plan going into the year is to make every race. You know what I mean? And like stay out of danger. Whereas like I feel like it's been getting gnarlier and gnarlier lately.
it is. And
But does it make it more exciting or does it make it more dangerous?
More dangerous.
more
for sure.
dangerous,
It's
and
like-
you're making enemies. So when you start the season and you maybe cross jump somebody or you take somebody out, you're only making more enemies, and it's going to make it harder to win that championship.
You're always going to remember that. You know,
Yeah.
I was watching a video clip on the way down here today at a NASCAR race, and dude got spun out the weekend before. Joey Logano was coming around getting ready to take the checkered flag, and the dude cleaned him out.
Oh.
He waited a lap and cleaned him out. Was like, fuck
Oh.
you ain't winning today. It's like, I feel like moto should be more like that.
Oh, wow. That would be nice. You see Michael Jordan going 3-peat in NASCAR?
Yeah, sick.
Michael
Just-
Jordan's
I
putting
just
on a
feel
clinic.
like with moto too, bro. Like, if you get taken out, you're always looking for a spot to retaliate
Yeah, 100%.
all season long.
Or do you
Supercross,
just bite the bullet and
outdoor,
just smoke
parking
everyone?
lot, like,
Shex, you've been a part of the scene for years. I remember as a kid watching you hang out with Kenny Roxon.
bro, I've been going to moto since I was 6
I
years
used
old.
to see him and his brothers and his dad at Elsinore all the time,
Yeah.
riding every weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I know you have a big love for it. I mean, even at like A1 and A2, Sheck's like, no, we're going. Like we're going to A2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Like I didn't think he would want to go. He's like, no, I'm going. I did this before you were here. I'm gonna do this after you're gone.
Yeah.
But like
you don't dictate my
Yeah,
Supercross.
yeah. He's like, you ain't telling me what we doing for Super. I'm like, all right, cool, Shex. You're a real fan of the game. But for people that don't see that, like for example, Hunter Lawrence, obviously the whole incident with Ken Roxon, like obviously that was a mistake or maybe like a
Yeah.
mishap, but you apologize, super polite about it, respectful.
It's just getting excited and going for the pass when you know you can do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I
But
talked to both of those dudes after that race, and they were both on the same page. It was like it
Yeah.
was an accident. That's not how Hunter races.
Yeah.
And it's not
and
how
that's
Ken
what, and that's
races.
what I'm trying to get at. So there's a respect level, though, at least the guys that do it and they do it in a true accident form.
sure.
And then there's the guys that are just like playing bully ball and being like, yo, it is what it is. I'm going to do what I want. It's
Yeah.
my game. Those are the type of guys that, like you said, create a lot of enemies. And this is a game that I feel like that's such a good point. Like you don't want to create enemies because then you're going to have all these guys that are always coming to clean you out. But we don't
Well,
see
then you're
that.
always having to watch your back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, dude, you got to watch your back from the world. You know, it's not just racing.
Yeah. No, but to add even more to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
On top of it,
It's
that's
not,
even bad.
it's not
That's a
only
whole-
racing.
but
You might have a crazy fan
Yeah.
that's like a fanatic of his that goes out to go handle that because he is so affected by what that did to his
Yeah,
brain.
see, that's
you
next
don't
level.
know what some fan out there is
Yeah.
willing to do
Oh, yeah.
to support their dog.
Yeah.
You don't know.
We just did the Jaxxon grand opening of our flagship store in Victoria Garden. Shex came through, Twitch, P-Rod, Luke Rockhold, Khalil Roundtree, Jet was there. And the amount of
I
moto
don't think
fans...
Rockhold was there that much.
No, Rockhold was there, but mentally he was not there. Physically, his body was
there.
floating.
His body was there.
His body was floating. Luke Rockhold's a former UFC world champion, strike force champion, an absolute unit. You've seen him in here in the morning.
He's fucking
He
gnarly.
obviously doesn't follow anybody's protocol here in the morning. Does his own thing, throws the ball around. But the cool thing is I really got to give respect to the world of moto and the fans of moto. There was so many moto fans in line, and you have some of the best athletes. You have the skateboarding icons, Ryan Sheckler and P-Rod. I've never seen them do a signing in person since maybe 15 years ago with Plan B or something. But you have like two icons. You have all these guys, but the world of moto has so much love because I feel like anything gas powered, there's this throttle, this adrenaline that they just become connected with you. And I feel like when you go to these things, you see that it's a very rowdy but respectful crowd. Do you feel like the fans have been showing out this year for Supercross? Do you feel like it's been like one of the best years you've seen?
It's only getting bigger and bigger. We sell out. Well, Angel Stadium's our biggest one, and
That's a movie.
it's awesome. I feel Southern California is the best for any action sports, but yeah, you go back to like Daytona, you go to this one in Vegas, like we sell out these venues, and yeah, dude, it's only getting bigger and bigger, and I feel like by the time I get to the 450s, this sport is really gonna take a like huge swing.
How many years do you still have another year with Husky next year?
Yep. So next year with Husky.
Dope.
Yeah.
Bierman wanted me to hit you up and asked if you remembered him teaching you how to do donuts in his van off the strip when you were a little kid and you could barely steer with the steering wheel.
Yeah. So me and Bierman go way back.
I just saw a baby photo
When
with
he
you.
texted me that, I was dying.
He's
dude.
holding you in a crate, like a baby photo. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we did a DC shoes thing like probably 10 years ago probably. Mm-hmm. We got super close and we both had long hair, so it was like
Yeah, you guys always
he
looked
was
like brothers.
He was like my older brother, and then I was his younger brother. So, and it was good for like photo shoots with DC. Like we would, it was the two long-haired blonde kids that ran around and rode dirt bikes together. So yeah, he kind of took me under his wing for a long time, and I love Tyler.
That's so rad. He was so bummed he couldn't be here today. He was like, I want to be there so bad.
Yeah, he sent the photo in the group chat last night, and I'm like, dude, that's all time. That baby photo of you. I mean, it also goes to show your length and kind of like how long you've been in this game, and kind of like that prodigy title is well deserved. I mean, you've been doing this since you were a kid at a high level. I mean, eventually,
Yeah, basically his whole career, dude.
Yeah.
He's one of the top dudes.
it's pretty insane to see that. What's the relationship with Jorge Prado? You have a relationship with him?
Yeah, just on the bike, like more do with training. Obviously, he trains with Joe Cancelleri.
Yeah.
And then we're at the same track, the KTM track together. So
How is he at the track?
probably one of the best people to have around and support you.
No way.
Yeah. Like
Jorge Prado.
there's no ego involved to where I feel like you get maybe some teammates to where you guys butt heads or it comes down to who's trying to be better at the track.
Okay.
Which is good in a sense, but at the same time, like I want the same success he wants for me and we want to win together.
Yeah.
And I feel like that when you have that, it's like it just keeps a clear mind and you're not butting heads and you're not really battling each other on anything. So he's probably one of the best people to have around.
You've been able to get some motos in with Hanny out there at the test track?
Yeah.
Dude, I love
Long
watching him
motos.
ride.
Long motos.
He's still so sick on a bike, whether he's on a 250 or 450, like he still rips.
Hanny?
Yeah,
Unreal.
dude.
Unreal.
Like literally, like if you watch him practice, you're like, why is he not racing Supercross this weekend? Like every single time. Like I'm like, dude,
He's so talented,
he's
bro.
so sick on a bike.
He doesn't do more than half a lap.
He what?
He doesn't do more than half a lap.
But that
He
one
pulls
section
in,
he
he's
does
like-
looks sick.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you
So-
mean he doesn't do more than half a lap?
He just rides. He just tests the
rides.
bikes, dude.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Is he like working with you every day though?
No, so like his job comes in mostly preseason. He'll test a bunch of stuff and then basically gets handed off to us, and then
He'll come up with some settings for you guys to
Yeah,
try,
yeah,
and then
so
he'll
like-
break in race bikes and shit too.
So if the team like says, "Hey, we need to try this new setting," we don't want like the
Don't want you
pro
trying
riders
it.
to basically go through all this time because it might not work.
Yep.
So he just runs through it, and then if it's better, he'll pass it on to us, and it's basically a shortcut for us.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's got to help out a lot.
Yeah.
What do you like more, dude? Do you like, or I guess that's not the question. Where do you feel more comfortable, Supercross or outdoor?
Well, I grew up racing outdoors a lot, so I was always more comfortable. It takes a lot of time to get like really good at Supercross, and the more time that I have on Supercross, dude, it's so much fun. Like when
'cause
you
you're
get
just
it
always
down,
jumping.
Yeah, you're jumping the whoops. Like yesterday, I actually put down a moto. And you have so much time on outdoors to where you can almost do it with your eyes closed, and it just gets to where you can just go through the motions. Where Supercross isn't like that, and I feel like when you get good at it, it becomes to where you can go through the motions and just see how fast you can hit certain sections. You yesterday was actually like probably the first time I could just shut my brain off and just do laps and just like flow without worrying about a section. And that's when Supercross gets really
Sick.
fun.
Yeah.
And does that translate to outdoor of just being crispy?
Yeah, it does, because I feel like your heart rate's so high and like your brain has to think so fast during Supercross.
Yeah.
It's where when you get on an outdoor track,
Even though you're going
Dude,
way
you're just
faster,
like-
it slows down.
yeah, you're slowing down. And I feel like the fitness from Supercross carries into outdoors, and outdoors almost gets a little bit easier in a sense.
Okay. Sick.
What about Tomac? Dude, just manhandling Daytona, and then the trophy just busts his tooth out.
Dude, I
He's
love
gonna
it.
need a new
I
grill.
love it.
Dude, that was gnarly.
I love it.
Cut in half.
I know.
And then he just left the trophy. Said, I'm done.
So he came
That
over.
was the best part. He put
Bro,
the
he
trophy
should
down.
get one gold tooth.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He came over to KTM, and I don't know. I've never really been like a huge Tomac fan, I guess.
You don't like
But-
him?
No, I love him.
Oh.
He's just like he's hard to read. He's so
yeah,
quiet.
super
you
hard
know?
to read. He's quiet. Like he doesn't really have a huge
You don't know if he's pissed
personality.
off or in a good mood or
But
like
he
what.
came over to KTM, and one day he lives in Scottsdale for preseason.
Arizona?
Arizona. So then I flew back from one of the races, and we raced in Glendale. So I spent a week with him and rode with him and hung out, and it totally changed. Like I became a huge fan.
Yeah.
He just
No, you like him
he
now.
just bulldogs. Yeah.
He's always liked him, but it's like when you don't get to see someone's personality or like how do you vibe with someone
Or
that
to
you
see
don't
how they
know?
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you only really see the dudes on the podium and they're like, oh, I'm pissed off. I got second place, but like you don't know how hard that dude was working to win that week. So it's like there's a reason why these dudes are mad, but fans don't get to see that side of each rider. That's what I think's dope about a lot of you guys like doing your own vlogs now and like posting more and like it lets you connect with your fans way more and it builds your fan base way better for sure because now they have a way to I relate with Ryder. He's like, he hates that dude. I hate that dude too. You know what I mean? So it's like you guys get more stuff in common when you actually get to like see someone's personality.
Yeah.
And
No,
I think he just broke the record for Daytona wins, right? His
Eight.
8 career 450 Daytona wins. That's insane.
It's pretty gnarly.
That's a
Daytona's a
lot.
gnarly track, dude.
I think I even heard Carmichael say that he was close to beating McGrath's record for most Supercross wins. I gotta look that up.
No,
It was
maybe,
something.
I don't think that will ever
no,
get
no,
beat.
maybe no. I heard that too.
Yeah, no, I heard it during
but
the
not,
race.
but not wins. I don't think anyone else.
It was a
Yeah.
McGrath record. I don't know if it was total wins. It was something.
Maybe podiums or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Let me look it up.
But like McGrath's stats are insane, and it's hard to be relevant for that long
He's like
and
8
win that many races. You know?
Yeah, I gotta. It was something like he was like. I heard Carmichael say he was like a few wins away from beating one of McGrath's records. Let me see what we got here. Daytona wins. Tomac is the all-time leader with 8 victories. 450. Tomac is in second place on the all-time list with 57 wins, trailing McGrath. And then
Not that far behind.
he's not that far
How
behind.
many did McGrath have?
72.
72. So he's that's what Ricky was talking about. He's on his
that
way.
far.
Yeah.
With how good his ass is riding right now, if he stuck in it for a
Tomac
few
set a
more years, he
record
could.
with 12 consecutive seasons
crazy.
winning a 4. Oh yeah, this is another
I
record.
think that was-
Tomac set a record with 12 consecutive seasons winning a 450 main event. And Tomac is close to surpassing Jeremy McGrath's 111 for second all time with 108 podium wins.
Oh, damn.
After Daytona. Yeah, so I heard Carmichael say something. Bro, I be watching, so don't be playing with me.
You just chat GPT, dude.
And
Yeah.
then I be using Google. I don't believe in ChatGPT because then they store all your data. I ain't doing all that. But I think, by the way, I got to give Ricky Carmichael some credit because he makes the races really interesting.
He does.
He's a good host. Like he's a good commentator.
So
Stewart
calm,
does
dude.
too.
I like
those
Stewart,
guys
too.
together. Stewart and
Yes.
Carmichael are amazing. And for people that are getting into it, Peacock does a good job. The break in between the day is crazy.
It's just cool having dudes like Carmichael and Stewart, how legendary they are talking about the race because they know what the hell they're talking about, you know?
Yeah.
Versus some dude that's just watched the sport his whole life.
Yeah, so Jeremy McGrath, all-time 450 win, 72, and then 7-time Premier Class champion, 93, 96, 98, and then there was one other record that's close. Consecutive championships for 93 through 96. I don't think that will be beaten. That's probably got to be really
But I
hard.
don't think I've ever really looked up to somebody like as I turned professional. I don't know, it just kind of like switched. But that this year, it really switched to me. Like that is somebody I really look up to, and I would love to do it the same exact way he's doing it once I turn 450 and get to his age.
Yep.
Like, dude, he has so much fun doing it. And
You could tell he is having fun now.
yeah. And
We're
that's
like-
really, I really look up to that, and Yeah, I'm a huge fan right now.
I feel like just like not knowing anything, but just looking from the outside in, like the last couple years he had under Cowie, it didn't seem like he was like enjoying riding his motorcycle. Where now, like when he went to Star, like you're like, dude, he looks like he's having fun again. And that I feel like when he went to Star is when you started seeing actual personality, smiling, laughing, like having fun at the races, not just like super serious.
Yeah.
But I feel like that comes too with like having kids, being older, where you're like, man, I got to enjoy this while I can. Like this ain't going to be here every single day that I wake up to go do.
Yeah.
I got a question from the Jaxxon Podcast Discord. The most painful injury you've ever had? I'm going to start with you, then I go Sheckler, then I go Twitch.
Last year I had a season, or I guess season ender after San Diego. Split open my small intestine and then broke my like radial head in my arm. But the small intestine was the worst, like by
Worst
far.
pain?
Dude, I woke up in the middle of the hospital one night and I told my mom, I'm good if I never ride again. Like this is
Like, I don't want to deal with this again.
No, like it was so gnarly that it was good. But then obviously you come back and
Yeah, obviously you heal
like,
up
I'm
3 or
here.
4 months
Yeah,
later,
I'm
you're like, I can't wait to ride.
Yeah, you didn't have that attitude at A1.
no.
No, okay. Shax, what's the most painful injury you've ever had?
It's crazy. Small intestine. I broke both my ankles and my L1 one fall. Just sucked because it was a long recovery. Took like 13 months to recover from that. Still get a little bit of grief from the back, but it's all good.
What'd you break in your ankles?
Everything.
Everything?
Every bone in the ankle? Oh my God.
Flipped it around, snapped it back.
How
That's
old were
gotta
you?
hurt.
That was 2018.
Damn.
Not that
What-
long ago.
Your most painful injury you've ever had, Twitch?
I'm going to go with my heel when I broke both my legs at X Games and my back. I did my tib fib on my left leg and then shattered my heel in my right leg and
the
broke my
heel.
talus. The heel was by far the worst pain I've ever had. It hurt more than my
Period, bro.
The
back.
heel is more than like
Yeah,
the
you
Achilles
can't
or
walk
your...
on that thing, dude.
Dude, it hurt.
can't do nothing.
It burned so bad. And I remember I didn't even know my left leg was broke. Like my left leg didn't feel bad. Like it was broke, but like all the pain was coming out of my right heel. And I remember every time
radiating.
every time I've ever had a surgery, I've been in and out in a day. And they're like, oh, we're going to keep you overnight because of the pain. And I'm like, I've never stayed overnight for like a broken bone. Like just pin it, plate it, do whatever you got to do and let me go home. And when they kept me overnight, I remember waking up in the middle of the night going, there's no fucking way I could have dealt with this pain at home by myself.
chance.
Like with how much, without having like morphine and just like everything that I possibly had. Like, and what was cool too, I actually knew the nurse. It was one of my buddy's girlfriends at the time. And she's like, hey, like the heel's bad. Like we're going to give you medicine. I can only give you, pills every 6 hours. So if you have any at home, bring them with you. Like I won't say anything.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
dude, cause it fucking hurt. My heel was the worst pain by far.
Bro, heel bruises, they might not ever actually go away.
My heel still hurts.
I was
You get 'em all the
good.
time, huh?
Oh,
Riding
yeah.
skateboard?
And I was good for a while. And I have one since that South Africa trip in November that will not go away. And you just deal with it.
You just
But,
power through it.
bro, I wake up every morning and I cannot step on my right heel.
Yeah, like say I sit on the table or something for like 10 minutes and I go to hop off. If I hop off,
No chance.
It's just
Zinger.
zingers gnarly, dude. Like, and when I wake up in the morning, it takes me like 20 or 30 steps before I can actually move my whole ankle and like put all my weight on my heel.
Dude,
I
I've
look
had
like
to-
Frankenstein.
I've had to come up, I've had to like follow through with, I cannot judge my day on how I wake up. When I wake up in the morning, I do not even acknowledge myself for like the first hour of the day.
Because you don't know what you're waking up
I
to.
don't,
Stiff,
bro,
back
everything
pain, heel
sucks,
pain,
bro.
knee.
Everything. And then
You got to stretch.
Then it
You need to
chills.
stretch more.
dude, I
Yeah, but
don't
even
worry
then-
about my program.
Even then, it's like-
you need to stretch more.
It depends on how was I walking on concrete all day
stretching will solve
yesterday.
all
I'm talking about bone. You don't know the soreness we're
Have
talking
you
about.
ever broken any bone?
No, I'm an
Then
athlete.
shut the fuck up.
I'm an athlete. I know how to land.
You don't know
I got cat-like reflexes. I know exactly what to
creaks
do with
and
my body.
crooks that are
at all
going on in
times.
this body, bro.
My body like linguine. It always put together.
You got no legs, man.
Brother, all I do is work out 3 times a day. I work out with the Chechens, Armin, Hamza. I work out with Khalil Roundtree. I'm throwing weights. I got Jet Lawrence doing
I've never seen
kettlebells.
you do a full workout.
Not
Brother, I
ever
got a
one
six-pack.
time a full workout.
It's not from a workout.
What do you think it comes from? Ryder knows I'm all natural. Why you look at me like that? Hey, I got 2 things for you before I let you go. How far away does the 450 class seem to you?
It seems not too far. I think if I keep going the route I'm going and have the success that I plan on having, 3 or 4 years. which is not
Nice.
long. Like,
No, you're
you
only
look at it
20
right
years
now and you're
old,
like
dude.
3 years away, and it goes by. Yeah, fast,
Blip in
so.
time, bro.
Yeah.
And then I got another one for you, Twitch. If there was one pro athlete in any sport that you looked up to growing up, that you like aspired to be like, that you kind of imaged your game after, who was that?
I don't know.
Was there someone besides like a Metzger, someone that you looked towards and being like, yo, I need to formulate my career like this
Brian
guy?
Deegan.
Who'd you say? Brian Deegan?
Definitely not.
That's crazy coming from him.
Honestly,
that's crazy.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, that's good.
He's bad, dude.
He's the baddest dude.
Yeah.
And he killed it, dude. He did it his way the entire
What are you talking
career.
about? He's still killing it. You know what I mean?
NASCAR's on a whole new
He's
level.
still winning.
Yeah,
And he got the most
NASCAR,
insane golf course in America.
MotoGP, golfing. Like
His
the dude
private
was
golf
smart.
course. Yeah.
Still makes over $100 million a year off of his signature shoe. Doesn't have to do
most
shit.
insane royalty deal of all time.
If I could do that, I'm
We're
golden.
working on your shoe right now. It's in
Yeah.
Nordstrom nationwide. Shex, you got a shoe as well in Nordstrom nationwide with Santos Studio. But if
sir.
there was one athlete growing up, I know you were around the Pastranas and you
Pastrana.
were around the Hawks.
Pastrana, period.
No way.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he was close enough in my age that I could see him doing what I wanted to do, being pro, having fun, getting broke.
Red Bull hats.
Well, Red Bull, yeah, he had the blueprint,
He set the bar for a lot of people.
and I was friends with him, and so like I could see what he was doing. I saw the work he put in. I saw him doing freestyle, then Supercross, then outdoor, and it was just like, okay, cool. I could skate street, I could skate park, I could skate bowl, like. I just took what he was doing and translated it into skateboarding, and then adopted his work ethic.
It's pretty fucking cool to every sport you touch be one of the best at doing it. Like everything he's done, he's been really
He's a
good.
savage. Get this off the screen.
I got to ask you a question. This is the most viral movie of the year right now. It's going viral because they're doing a part 2.
Yeah, I know.
And the original cast and crew is going to be in part 2
remaking
of
this?
Grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're remaking the
they're
2003
they're not
movie Grind.
remaking it. There's going to be a sequel to.
And you were just, how old were you in this?
I was 12.
Was this before the movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Yeah, way before.
Yeah.
Way
Okay,
before.
so you've been doing movies since a kid. If they ask you to be in Grind Part 2, would you do it?
Yeah, I mean the director and producer Casey. I actually talked to him this week, trying to figure out storyline and what.
Oh, they
what-
might ask you to be in it?
What to do? I'm for sure going to be. In
Sounds like they've
too.
already asked him.
Oh my God. So we got exclusive news. Ryan Sheckler, Grind 2. Is there a specific cast or a specific person that you would love to get a cameo in there
A
with?
little too early to be talking to you about this with the cameras around.
Okay, because I have some ideas for you. I'm thinking Twitch does wheelies. I'm thinking P-Rod's in the background because you and P-Rod also did a movie together, which was
We
incredible.
did Street Dreams.
An amazing. I mean, look at this.
That's when I knew Twitch. Like me
Yep.
and Twitch were.
You're wearing the famous hat. You
Travis
got the
Barker.
You got
See,
oh,
right
dude.
there, that moment right there set it up for Ryan.
Yeah. No, but it's got to be pretty
That
incredible to
was-
see this movie coming back and have such a cult following.
Yeah, there's a very specific way to do it that I think would give it some like real credibility. Currently,
Amazing.
with all the like the real street skaters
With being
and-
authentic and like
Yeah.
making it legit.
and it's a fine line. So hopefully, if they really want to make it,
Well, you know, Twitch.
if they want to make it serious, then I can help. If they want to make it goofy,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be a part of it.
You can
but-
help too.
Twitch's stance on everything is if you want it to be amazing and sell out, you call Moto. And that goes for organizations, that goes for podcasts, that goes for brands. And that's why we love Twitch. Twitch is like the ambassador of the Moto world. And it don't matter if you're large and oversized like Frankie and you ride baggers, or if you flip bikes and you do 360 flips like Twitch. It doesn't matter. Like Twitch is there to stand up for the entire world of Moto. You are, sir, a good person.
I'll wear Moto on my back till the day I die.
Good person. It's same thing I feel Sheckler's doing now with Zero. Excited to see you with that brand, by the way. This is the Jaxxon Sports Podcast. We talk about all things moto, skate, and surf. So I do feel that it's an exciting time. I think we're going to get
We'll
who
get
on
Ja-
the podcast?
We're gonna get Jamie Thomas in here. In the
Jamie
next couple
Thomas,
weeks.
bunch of the new Zero boards all over the table. We're at Hamzat's belt.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple podium wins and a couple trophies from Ryder. Maybe you bring those in next time. I told you bring some
Set that
hardware.
thing right in the middle.
I told him bring some hardware.
Dude, it's coming
He brought a
soon.
Jaxxon watch and a Whoop. That Whoop ain't telling you nothing. You know what you need. It's in your heart. Follow your dreams. You know the rules. All right, listen. This is the Jaxxon Sports Podcast. I'm Bakersfield, Degidio, Twitch, Ryan Sheckler, Ryder DiFrancesco, one of the best in the game right now. And we can't wait to see you on the podium again.
Thank you.
We're out.